the front.
Hurry, go! Go, go, go! Go, go! What's going to be the elephant? Watch that.
Okay.
Hot dogs, look here.
Hi.
Sorry for the wait.
No, no worries.
Okay, we had a big donation of some nice cows. Nice cows?
Oh, I don't know. Oh yeah. Is that what you said? A donation of 9 cows?
Nice towels.
Oh, towels. Okay.
Yeah, they bring in towels so the animals have them. They can lay on them. They use them.
Oh,
for
cool.
and stuff. Yeah, she
Oh.
rubbed it dry. I was like, wow. She's
Awesome.
gonna get rid of all my old towels.
Cool.
I'm sorry, we get excited about all kinds of
No,
donations.
yeah, totally.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it worked out nice. I know the Humane Society takes them too for the pups and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
We'll keep that in mind when we
Thank
clean.
you.
Thank you.
So I'm going to give you early renewal, so it's only $35.
Oh, look, summer camp.
Yesterday we have a thing at Galapagos.
Look, they have summer camp too.
Fun, but we always have stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, look, this is the new sign. I think, right? Ooh.
That one is the like us on Facebook.
Okay, let's get started.
This is an
Exercise.
exercise. We're just standing around and filming.
No, we can walk. We're gonna walk. Flamingo. Oh, a black swan. It's a black swan. Oh, in the back there in the shade. Miss Manila Bougainvillea. Oh look, Ueno Zoo is 3,950 miles away. It's funny. They still got the waterway in there. Which way are we going? That way? Okay, let's go by the birds. Toucan. Oh. Sun-con. Oh, they have the Kolo duck in there. We have that everywhere too, though. Roseate spoonbill. What was it?
It's called Andean Cock of the Rock.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's called.
Scarlet ibis.
That's so pretty.
Oh, the king vulture.
I like that color.
Yeah, that was really nice color.
White color. Oh, look, this is new.
Hmm. Probably made with trees from the ground, the property. Oh, the golden tamara, yeah? Huh? Tamara?
Oh, there. Oh, no, that's need a binocular. Find that plastic house
Oh, okay.
in the corner, but she probably has a baby on her.
不对，答案是牛肉果。我也有的。肯定要经过呀。
我要去买那个。
Oh, way you wanna go. Just choose. You choose. Hornbill. The one that didn't escape. I wonder if they ever caught that one.
They never did it.
I don't know. Wow, that guy's his feathers are real nice. I heard a minor bird. Hello. Aloha. Aloha. Hello.
Hello.
Aloha.
Hi. I think you said hi. You did, right?
I think so.
Hi. Hi.
Thank you. He just pooped.
Oh,
Hi.
that was his greeting.
Aloha. Aloha. Hi. No? Alright.
You're gonna have a full-on conversation with each other.
When we leave, then they start making noise again.
Yeah. They're not dumb. Monkey didn't
Hello everybody, we're at the zoo. We haven't done a walkthrough at the Honolulu Zoo. I thought I did, but I can't find any, so we're just doing this walk. This is exercise, right? No?
Kinda, sort of kinda, except
Yeah.
we stop.
Keep stopping though, can't help it.
Fucking look at the animals.
The gibbons?
And lemurs.
Gibbons and lemurs. Let me look at the map again. Show the map. There's the map.
Where's your here?
You are here. Primates of the world. There's the lemurs in the shade. Got a turtles there on the log. And there you can see a lemur over there. Oh, there's one. Is that a lemur in the tree too? Yeah.
There's one over there. Yeah.
Let's go look at these howler guys.
They're coming home.
So, what are
They're
these?
staying around 9:30 or
Oh, these are Saimang gibbon. You have a moat around them. All fish. Look at the baby. Tortoises. African tortoises.
Remember they weren't getting along the last time?
Oh yeah.
Let's see if they're back together.
We heard Rusty and Violet weren't getting along anymore, so they're taking turns on who's out. And
Yeah, and then last time Rusty was eating bubbles.
oh yeah, Bubbles. That's weird.
Yeah, which was not very healthy for him. Let's see if he's still okay. Oh, this is a smaller one.
Violet.
Okay, that one's good.
I'm gonna take my sacks and go someplace else.
I didn't even know Rusty was there on the left. That's so funny. You didn't see him? He's right there. Take a look. He was just cruising over there quietly. You didn't see him either? Yeah, I didn't. I didn't know he was right
Like
there.
he wants in. No, I didn't see him at all. I was wondering where they put the other one when they have one in there, but not no. They just
Oh, ectotherm. Ectotherm?
It's the environment to regulate the body temperature.
Oh, wow. This guy's one, no
Oh,
green.
look, his shed is over there.
Oh my gosh, it's snake shed. Look for the snake, Aiden. It's snake shed.
Don't walk them. Stay in the shade, love.
Look at that left in the pot.
This is snake shed, Aiden. This is really. Did you know snake shed?
Some nice hibiscus. Yay,
This
there
is
he is.
impressive.
Yeah. Can't tell if his eyes open or closed. It's probably closed. It's in the back over there. The glare. Oh, he's like cruising up there in the corner. Wow. Look at that
Oh,
snake
the
skin.
skin.
Are these real?
Oh no, this is the skin of something. Butterfly eggs.
Butterfly eggs. Those are all dead though, they're all black. Wow, I didn't realize we had so many native snails.
Oh, this is kind of neat, the see-through
You
one.
never see them. You only see the African snails. Yeah, that is kind of cool to see too. Oh look, look, this guy is moving. He's like, feed me. It's a rare butterfly. Kamehameha butterfly. Oh, this is the one that had babies?
Crocodile. Let me look at my.
Is this the one or this is the type?
Yeah.
That's the one?
Yeah. Crocodile Monitor Lizard. Yep, this is the one. And look, the picture looks just like. Where did he go? Oh, maybe that's why she's on the move. She's looking for her babies.
Oh.
Wait now. They were hatched between February 21 and 22 to parents Jimmy and Girl.
They have them in the
one.
they have them in the savannah also though.
Oh.
Maybe I don't know which one it is.
That's a type. hatched. Or they bred. That's so What's that?
Well, can't see anything in here. I never can see anything in here.
Nice glass.
Yeah, nice plants. Wow. Japanese giant salamander. I can never see these guys either. Feeding on Wednesdays,
Yeah.
Saturdays 2 p.m.
The elephant. That's sweet. Yeah,
I don't know. Must be there. Look like the rocks probably. Oh, look at that. They're in their underwater thing. Oh, there he is. I see his tail. Yeah, this one too. Some of these exhibits you can't see. They're there, but they're not visible.
His tail wiggling.
Yeah, this one too. Check look.
You can see part of it.
Yeah, just the tail in the back.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, see it's wiggling.
Wiggling.
Darn it. I never find. Yeah, that's definitely his tail. Because his face is flat.
Mm. It is lunchtime. Maybe they're sleeping.
What else do they have to do, right? They're in a
Yeah, eat and
they're in
sleep.
a tank. They don't have much stimulation.
True. Nice they don't have predators though.
True.
Okay. Mm.
This is hard to find too.
Unless they're on the ridge.
Oh, there's one right on this branch.
Oh yeah? Oh yeah, I see
I don't
him.
know. Is that the bearded dragon maybe? It kind of looks like that picture. I think he's inland bearded dragon. That guy.
Bearded dragon. That looks like
that's-
him.
Yeah, that's definitely him. That's so cute. He's like his
Eh.
head's up like he's getting a suntan.
Look at this guy. He wants to be part of the exhibit.
Oh. Ew, yeah.
That's a regular guy.
He snuck in there. This is neat then.
Yeah. Crocodile, right? Oh look, mango. Did you see that?
Okay, telescope.
It's
Yeah,
trying to-
that is like the common man.
This is a common mango,
Okay,
yeah.
so in
Not the emperor or the
18
Hayden.
minutes, they're gonna have the feeding of the elephants.
Okay.
In 18 minutes. So maybe around here for a little while.
Yep. This is part of the elephant enclosure. Feedings. Oh yeah.
130 days.
130 days.
Oh, that should be fun.
What were their names again? Mari and Vigai. Vigai.
Oh look, they drink it. Oh,
There's some turtles over there.
where's the belly?
Maybe on the next side. Two, I see two. You know what I heard on the other radio the other day?
There's supposed to be at least 3.
There's two, I don't know.
I remember in the picture I took last.
Maybe one's in the other side. It's funny, the other morning I heard Meliapana saying that she did a April Fools on people a while back and told them that they were gonna drain Hanama Bay to clean it. She said people were actually went over there to line up to see it.
Oh no, that's not a good joke.
That's funny.
People went out of their way.
Yeah. These Garios are cool though. I wouldn't want to be in there with them though. They eat fish, yeah? I think.
I want to hear them blow. Make that noise.
Whoa, duck.
Is it only the male? Or here?
Oh.
Yeah, see, it's the male. Only the males have that gara on his nose.
Oh, it's a courtship thing?
Yeah. Eventually forms a lid on the nostrils that flaps when the male exhales, making a very audible buzzing. Oh, it's a buzzing noise.
So this is a male right here then.
Yeah. And the other one's a female then, yeah? The far one.
Okay, before I drop my gimbal in there. Hi. How's it?
Oh, you want a different dog?
I know. Maybe later. Oh. What kind of flower is that? Just some kind of a ginger or
Yeah, I was
something?
going to say, it looks like it's related to the...
Oh, look at the flower.
People are waiting over
swallowtail, I think. Mrs. Fox, the fox terrier.
There's a bird in there nesting. I was trying to look inside. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's looking right at me. Probably can't see him. It's just, I don't want to go too close to it. Freak it out. How much time we got?
8 more minutes.
Okay.
1:22.
I just finished my walk in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you call these things? It's not Talantia. That's... Huh? Poteo? Oh. Oh, I never saw these ferns. red-whiskered bobo over there. Smart bird, but they eat all the farmer's food. And they eat the monarch butterfly and caterpillars. Four minutes. Okay. I'm gonna watch the elephant feeding. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's perfect. Get it? I think so. Right around his head. They probably think it's feeding time. They're like, oh, it's feeding.
Alright, good afternoon. My name is Brian. We got Justin over here. We're both part of the elephant team. The more interesting animals are two Asian elephants. The one close to me is Mari. Mari is 43 years old. This elephant's one of the few matriarchal species. They're female dominated. Most species are, if they're dominated social structure, it's a male, but elephant's one of the few that are female dominated. It's almost always the oldest female, but not always the oldest. Sometimes it's an older one. Mari's the dominant one of our two. So again, this is Mari. She's 43. Justin was feeding Vigai. Vigai is 33. So they're both Asian elephants. They're both females. They're both born in India. They came to us when they're about 6 or 7 years old. So they lived here at the Honolulu Zoo their entire adult lives. And I mentioned a few times these are Asian elephants. I think people tend to be more familiar with the Africans. There are different species of elephants. There's a number of differences between the species. And the difference that I think people pick up on first usually is the tusks. So Vigai's lifting her trunk up and waving to you. If you look carefully at the base of her trunk, you can see her tushes. So in the Asian elephant, tusks are much less common. The Africans are known for the tusks. The Africans pretty much always have tusks. The Asians, they have three options. They can have tusks, they can have tushes, or they can have neither. Asian females usually have what are called tushes. It's a different composition. It's much shorter. They grind them down, usually maintain them about the level of their gum line. So you don't really see them unless they're sticking their trunk up like Vigai was doing earlier. And sometimes the Asians have neither a tusk nor a tusk. They have nothing there. So again, that's one difference between an Asian and an African. And I said there's a number of them. Another difference is their size. So we weigh our girls every week. Right now they're sitting about 9,200 pounds apiece. In almost all mammal species, we got a full show here from Vigai, but in almost all mammal species, the males are larger than the females, and it's true for elephants. The African males are in the big end of the spectrum. Those guys are typically over 24,000 pounds. So just give you a reference for about the range and size of an elephant. Again, our girls are about 9,200 pounds. Every day they each eat about 150 pounds of food. So most of that is hay. We feed them Timothy hay coming to us from Washington State. You saw us feeding on some produce, and they get a mix of browse. So browse is any plant material we have grown on ground that they can eat. We'll eat just about anything. One nice thing about being here in Hawaii, most of our animals get a wide variety of browse year-round because we grow plants for them outside year-round. So some of the staples of their diet are elephant grass, tall grass. It's on the planter behind you. There's a bunch growing in the back. There's also banana trees. There's some growing across the way over there. We're going to feed out some banana tree. They're also getting some palm logs today. So they get a mix of browse. They get palm fronds, kiave log, coconut, or bamboo, all sorts of different plant materials. Any questions on our elephants?
How much do they eat in weight?
So about 150 pounds of food a day. Any other questions? We'll give them some of their browse. So we'll remind you guys, it's about every 15 minutes an elephant's killed. So it's primarily the Africans. If it's done by a poacher, it's by definition illegal. So most of the killing of elephants is done by poachers. It's estimated the rate we're going, in about 10 to 15 years, we'll have eradicated the African species as a wild species. So at that point in time, it's going to be a managed species. They'll live in preserves in Africa and zoos elsewhere in the world. And poachers would like that to happen. There are literally thousands of tons of elephant ivory out there that's been stockpiled. The elephant ivory is going to become much more valuable if it's coming from a species that's functionally extinct in the wild. So the only way we're going to stop it, I think, is to remind people that whenever you see ivory, think of a dead elephant. That's the only way we're getting it now is to kill an elephant. So if you have ivory, please don't display it. Displaying ivory is promoting the ivory trade. It makes other people want to have it. And like I said, we're killing an elephant every 10 to 15 minutes for it. It's not just the elephants that suffer. They had some studies done. So something poachers are doing now is the park rangers are catching them from when the scavenging birds come to find the elephant carcass. So that way they can have an idea that an elephant was killed and try to look for the poachers. So what the poachers are doing now is they're putting pesticides on the carcasses, and they've documented over 400 birds getting killed from one poached elephant. So it's a big threat to that whole ecosystem in Africa because of our demand for ivory. Any questions on elephants?
Are they easy to handle?
Are they easy to handle? Our girls are very easy to work with. As far as the handling goes, most people want to know, like, if we go in with them and stuff like that. All facilities in North America pretty much switch to what's called protected contact. So there's always a barrier between us and the elephants. We do that for worker safety. So if Justin and I do everything right, the biggest threat to us as zookeepers is an elephant. They kill the most zookeepers in North America.
Really?
And with any animal, we can't control them. We can only ask them to do certain things. So we don't test it, but a working elephant, which Asians typically are in Southeast Asia, they can typically lift over 1,000 pounds to their trunks. They can pick me in, pull me in there, and I'm done in no time flat. There's nothing anybody can do about it. So from a worker safety standpoint, there has to be a barrier between me and the elephants at all times to keep me safe. That being said, for almost their entire lives here, we did what was called free contact, where the keepers went in with them. So we used to walk them around the zoo, go swimming with them, ride them, all sorts of different things. We switched to protected contact because we were mandated to do so. So it's changed how we work with the elephants. It's changed how we train the elephants. In some ways, it makes it better for them because we really have to ensure that training is a really positive experience for them, because if they don't want to train, they just walk away from us. There's nothing I can do about that. So we have to keep it a very positive interaction with our elephants so we can work them. And part of that process, we give them a bath every day. We do footwork on them every day. So elephants are on their feet basically their entire lives, and it's very important that we maintain them. They're standing on their tippy toes. And so they're actually, there's big pads on their palms. So every day we're trimming their nails and their pads, similar to wear and tear, because they don't walk around as much as they do in the wild. So that's part of our daily routine with them. So we have a good interaction with them every day to make sure that we're still have a good working relationship with them. And just an opportunity to give a good inspection of their skin and stuff. Any other questions? No more questions. Question on food preferences. So I would say Mari, the one over here, she has more of the sweet tooth, so she'll like more of the fruits. Vigai typically likes more of the browse items. So we try to limit how much produce they get. It's important to keep that level pretty low in their diet. It's tough with all captive animals because they're much less active than they are in the wild, so you really have to watch it. The foods that they like to eat are usually high calorie items, which don't have a lot of nutritional value. So we want them to eat more of the browse. It's just tough to get them to be motivated to do so. And it's, again, their caloric demands are lower because they're less active, so it's hard to balance the nutritional requirements with the calories that they're intaking. But Vigai typically likes to eat more of the browse items. Mari will eat just about anything, but she has more of a sweet tooth. I think one of the more interesting things that they like, Mari especially, she likes mint. One of her favorite things. So we grow some mint plants for them, but it's one of the more unusual things I think that she likes. But some other things like coconuts are one of their high reward items, or mangoes they really like. So there's some really high reward items that we have. Any other questions?
You saying it's still with the program?
So what you're seeing now, Mari, like I mentioned, is the dominant one, and Vigai knows that. So Vigai is taking her food away. It makes, if Mari were to come over and try to steal it, there's not much Vigai can really do about that. So by taking her food away, she's ensuring that she gets basically all that food. And Mari's going to stay here and eat her food so she knows nobody's going to take it. But it's pretty typical. Vigai will quite usually walk away. In some ways, I mean, it's the smarter move because she's probably going to go stand in the shade over there. Any other questions?
To what age are they likely to live?
So a question, I'll talk about that for a little bit. Question on their lifespan. So in general, captive mammals live longer than, on land-based, terrestrial mammals live longer than their wild counterparts. And I think the big reason for that is your teeth. And most animal species, if you're healthy in old age, you end up dying from starvation or something related to it. Your teeth that do you in. So if you're a lion, you can't hunt. If you're an elephant, you can't grind and chew your food on. So we have 2 sets of teeth in our lifetime. We have baby teeth, adult teeth. Mari, well, elephants have 6 sets. So Mari's on her last set of teeth right now. In the wild, that would rot and fall out. She would slowly gum her food, wouldn't get the nutrition she needs, and slowly starve to death. It's a very unpleasant death. In captivity, we can modify their diet. So I think that's the big reason why captive animals, land-based mammals, almost always live longer than their wild counterparts. The longevity records are just about always set by captive animals. With elephants, we don't know, and that's a really sad thing. Asian elephants especially, it's hard to track them. They live in South and Southeast Asia. It's a lot of forest. It's hard to track an animal to be sure that you know their entire life history for an animal that lives as long as they do. So right now it's potentially that they're probably close. We target in North America, we target 50. 50 is sort of our make or break number as far as looking at how we're doing. And it's tough with an animal that lives that long, because during that time, last 50 years, you're always trying to improve your standard of care. So things we were doing 40 years ago can impact their life expectancy now, and it's hard for us to evaluate that. We don't have a lot of animals to look at. That being said, the 3 most recent Asian elephant deaths in North America were all short of 50. So there are 2, I think they're 49-year-olds, one at Santa Barbara Zoo and one at the Bronx Zoo. Both passed away at 49, both females. It's close to 50. You don't quite want to read too much into that number. But the sad one was the Oregon Zoo in Portland. They lost a 6-year-old. So she had a variant of elephant herpes. It's a virus that infects the wild elephant herds and also the captive herds. It's a very scary disease. Right now, there's no real way for us to treat it. There's no vaccine for it. Basically, you hope your animal lives to adolescence. In her case, she went off food one day and was dead the next. It's a very, very scary disease, and you basically just hope your animals live through it. And again, it infects the wild and the captive. It infects the Asians and the Africans. So it's a very scary disease out there, and right now there's not much we can do to stop it. I guess I should point out the record, I want to say, is around 83. And the current oldest, I think, is like 72 in Florida. So they can live past that. So Mari could have another 4 decades. She could have another 2 years. She's in pretty good health. We don't have any major concerns with her, but it's tough with an animal like that. In most facilities, we have very limited intervention options. If something happens, if she goes down, it's very difficult for us or anybody to do anything with it. There's not like a ventilator machine that works for an elephant. We can't breathe for her. And then there's other concerns. Even an elephant laying down for an extended period of time, their body's not built for that. They actually do damage to their internal organs from laying down for an extended period of time. So just seeing, like, when a human is bedridden, that's sort of okay. If an elephant's laying down, you might have hours before you kill them.
How do they sleep?
They usually sleep standing up. They can lay down for short periods. And in the wild, they'll almost always have one elephant keep an eye on the situation while the others sleep. They can sleep in the day and night. Elephants are awake about 20 hours out of the day, so they only sleep a total of about 4 hours maybe a day, but it's broken up into naps. It could be at the day or night. Any other questions?
Did you say one of them came from the state of Washington?
No, so the hay comes to us from the state of Washington. They are both born in India. They were gifts from India to the children of Hawaii to serve as ambassadors for their species.
Is it like Timothy hay?
It's Timothy hay, yeah. When we feed out, most of our animals either get Timothy or alfalfa. It's all imported from the mainland. But our girls just get Timothy.
How often do they go into the water?
How often they go in the water? Well, a couple of interesting things I can talk about. So we have 2 yards. We are equipped to have a bull elephant, the males. We've never had one here at the Honolulu Zoo. For some reason, our girls would only ever go swimming in this pool. They never go swimming in the pool that's right behind you in our cow yard, and we have no idea why that is. Recently, they have not been going swimming in there, so I don't know if something happened one time when they're in there. Elephants have a tremendous memory. Their memory's almost certainly better than ours. So one thing that comes with that is you can develop superstitions. So if something happens negative when they're in the pool, they might remember that forever, and for that reason not go in the pool, sort of a thing. So we don't know what happened, but they haven't gone in the pool as much. Weather is warming up, so it's typically in the summertime they would go in more often. We also try to provide mud wallows for them, so that's another way to help them protect their skin and help them cool off.
Will they ever get to mate here?
Will they ever get to mate here? So most facilities for elephants, you breed them artificially. So I'm sure a male elephant would love to come to Hawaii for breeding purposes. It's just the reality of that is it's a very dangerous thing for that animal. So transporting animals is very dangerous. It's different for elephants, but I mean a good rule of thumb too is even just anesthesia procedures. On a giraffe, you have about a 30% chance of killing an animal just putting on our anesthesia. So things that we would do for humans, it doesn't equate for animals. So almost all moving elephants is a very stressful thing. You try to not to do it if you don't have to. So Almost all breeding is done artificially. That also allows you to get better genetics. Because if you have a male at your facility, you're going to have inbreeding if you keep breeding with that one. So in our case, we've tried artificially on both of our girls, and they've never caught. So most mammals cycle throughout their lives. Humans and some other dolphin and whale species go through menopause, but almost all whales do not almost all mammals do not have a menopause. So Mari continues to cycle now. She could continue to have a calf at her age. The challenge is it would be too much stress on her body now to be a first-time mother at 43. If she'd already had calves and was having calves every 5 years or so, then you probably can continue to breed her, but she hasn't had one already. Viga is probably on the border of what you consider being too old to be a first-time mother. So that process of artificial insemination is not risk-free. So there's danger to us and the elephants throughout that process, and it's also expensive. So I think it's unlikely that we would try again on either of these elephants for the process. Any other questions?
Well, they think they'd be going for some water. Sorry,
one more time?
I'm surprised that it's not going for water because of all that dry paint.
Oh, question on the, yeah. They're very efficient, so a lot of it depends on the produce they eat throughout the day, and they don't necessarily drink like right after they're consuming food. And then they do some interesting things, like Mari sometimes will dunk her hay in the pool and then eat it. Don't quite know why she does it sometimes and not others. But most animals are very efficient at using water because it's a very scarce resource. So not as much with the Asians, more with the Africans especially, that they waste very little. They don't need much water. But elephants, for an animal their size, we sweat, and that's a big reason why we go through so much water. All mammals sweat, they only sweat between their toes. It doesn't really help to cool them off. So they waste a lot less water than we would if we were their same size. That's a big reason why they don't drink as much. But our girls are interesting. If you watch them drink, so they suck water into their trunk and then squirt it in their mouth. If you compare it to a wild elephant, our girls waste a lot of water. They sort of squirt it all over their face. And the wild elephants are a lot more resourceful and they don't waste that water. But I think our girls have never really known thirst, so they've never had to worry about it. The water bowls fill up automatically for them, so they never run out of water. And I think that's part of the reason why they can just waste it kind of full. Any other questions?
How old were they when you got them?
I don't remember exactly. It was before my time, but they were 6 to 8 years old in that range. So Viga was the last elephant we brought in, but Mari's been here since she was, I think, 6 or 7. How do I tell them apart? There's a number of ways you can tell them apart. It's easier when you've seen them and they stand in different directions. A couple of things, just rules. As they get older, they lose hair. So Mari has less hair on her body than Viga. So if you look at them standing one way, if they're clean, you can look at their ears. Right in front of their ears, you can see Mari has a little bit of hair. Viga has more. It's actually blonde when she's cleaned. So in front of her ears. Also on her tail, Mari's lost most of the hair on the tip of her tail. Viga still has the hair on the tip of her tail. If you look at them on profile, their back, so Mari has a more typical female back where it's curved to the front about 2/3 and sort of dog legs, a straight section. Viga has more of a masculine back where it's curved continuously across the whole back. So Viga has more of a smooth, continuous curve. Again, Mari has sort of curved for the first 2/3 and sort of straight shot down the back.
For their age, how much do you think they weigh?
We weigh them every week, so we have a scale. So they're about 9,200 pounds.
Ooh, sorry?
9,200 pounds. So, and just for reference, almost all mammal species, females are smaller than males. That's true for elephants. And so Mari's getting older. She's losing some muscle mass. She was over 10,000 sort of at her prime, which is sort of the larger side for an Asian female. The Africans are a much larger species. The African males are typically over 24,000.
It would be interesting how you weigh it. What kind of scale?
It's a big platform scale. So at our old facility, we actually use truck scales. The trucks would drive on top of, under each wheel. They're portable truck scales, and we just have our elephants stand on them. At this new facility we have, it's called an elephant restraint device. It's like a cattle chute if you're familiar with them, but it's for elephants. And we can lock them in there, and then it gives us the ability to rotate them on their side. But at the base of that is a big scale. So it's accurate, like I can weigh myself on it, and it's accurate, and it can weigh a 10,000 pound elephant. But it's very important for us to monitor just their body condition and their weight to see how they're doing. Because one of the few things we have as keepers to go off of to monitor their health. To have a good objective measure of how they're doing. Any other questions? All right, well, thanks for stopping by. Have a good time here.
Thank you.
Oh, that was good.
$150.
No, so by the time you heard of like no, so our elephants don't have it. It's very scary.
Oh, we didn't even get to go in Savannah. You want to go look real quick? It's 150 right now. We got time, but you might have to come with me. It's up to you. If you gotta come with me, we can still go get your tea and stuff. We can just wait. Go? Go? No? Okay. Go back this way then. That was really cool seeing the elephant getting fed and having them talk. It was the second time we went through that. That was pretty cool. We'll come back
Yeah.
to the Keiki Zoo in Savannah another day.
The baby monitor lizard.
We can't see them anyways in the back. Right?
Isn't it by the skunk? No?
You want to go look?
You want to see?
It's up to you.
They just, I don't know, they just got put on the screen. I mean, it's not exciting to me, but I think whenever they have something new, that's, you know, big news for the zoo.
goat.
Yeah. They're like, yay!
Peace and quiet.
No
No kids.
kids chasing us and hitting us. What is he eating? What is that? Oh no, it's not food. I thought that was like a big pocket pudding.
Turkey. A royal palm turkey.
Oh, maybe it's not here. Skunks should be here. Sleeping. The skunk's sleeping. And the ferret too.
Hey, go ahead, go.
Yeah, you got one wrong too, right?
You see that? Oh, wow.
It's the one that was in the news.
Oh, wow, cool.
She's feeding them. Wait, don't feed them in a video.
New baby
Crocodile Monitor Lizards.
cool. Baby crocodile monitor lizards. Oh, 11:45 to 4.
Oh, yeah, I got good timing.
Wow, perfect. Okay.
Look, she carries them in her hand. Oh my gosh. Look, watch. She's gonna grab them and put them back.
That's so cool.
Oh, look, this is a powwow too. This is a powwow. Oh, that's so cool. You can see the baby
So neat.
crocodile monitors, right?
Baby
Brand-
crocodile.
brand new, yeah?
Yes, well, they were born in February, but this is the first time they put them out for display. Well, just recently.
That's cool.
I know.
First time in this back room too.
And I got to see, yes, I got to see her feed them.
All right.